Hello fellow gamers, I'm Jason and welcome to yet another video game review. Now you might notice that there are two things different. One, the game I will be reviewing is not a Killer Instinct game like the last two reviews. And two, I actually have a script this time, as you can see me reading now. Now with that being said, let's get straight into the review, shall we? Today's game I'll be reviewing is actually going into the Dragon Ball Z games. And we're going to start off this Dragon Ball Z game review marathon with none other than Raging Blast 2. Now in this review I'm mostly going to talk about gameplay because there's little to no story per se in the game. So with that being said, before I get into that category, I'll just first start with the history lesson of the overall game, Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, also known as Dragon Dorgan Baru Raijinu Boratsu Tsu, or at least I think that's how you pronounce it, in Japan. Was released in 2010 and is a sequel to Dragon Ball Raging Blast 1. It was first announced for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and was published by Bandai Namco and the game company Spike. The game was released in November 2nd in North America, November 11th in Japan, November 5th in Europe, and November 4th in Australia. Now with the history lesson out of the way, let's get straight into the gameplay, shall we? Now the first thing you'll notice about the gameplay is that it plays very fast, similar to the last one. There are also a whole plethora of characters to choose from, whether it be a character from the actual series, a character from the supporting cast, a newly introduced character, overall, or a character from the movies. While at the same time, there are so many characters, they all not only have their own unique moves special to them, but also have their own character balancing adjustments. Like Birder being the fastest special attacker, Dore having one of the most powerful ultimate attacks in the game, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta being the strongest, most powerful character in the game overall. In this game, it's either power over speed, or speed over power. The good thing about having speed over power is that you can make more combos that leaves the opponent launching into the sky over and over again. And the good thing about having power over speed is that you can drain the opponent's life meter faster. Here's how the health bar works. Raging Blast 2's health meter relies on green circles and how many of them you have. The amount of green circles you have, the more life you have. Now with the life bars and gameplay out of the way, let's get to a never-before-covered topic in the series, variety. There are a lot of stages, and as I mentioned before, characters. Stages include World Tournament Arena, Planet Namek, Ruined Planet Namek, Rocky Land, Ruined City, Break Wasteland, Cave, Cell Games Arena, Islands, and Supreme Kai's World. Now, unless you're a hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan like me, you won't get what I'm saying at all. Anyways, some new stages they added into the second game to give even more variety include Temple, Underworld, Glacier, and Dark Planet. Now, some of you are probably thinking, Jason, what do you mean by little to no story per se in the game? Well, allow me to explain. You see, unlike an actual story mode in Raging Blast 2, unlike an actual story mode, the story mode of Raging Blast 2 is called Galaxy Mode, where you select a character and you go through that character's story. Now, of course, the character's stories don't match the manga or anime, but they still follow it pretty darn well. Not to mention, the good thing about Galaxy Mode is that you can earn special stuff for every story you complete. For example, if you complete Nezu's story mode, you can unlock Dory, as well as some pictures of the movies here and there. If you complete Dory's story mode, you unlock Salsa. This also goes with transformations. If you beat Vegeta's story mode, you unlock Super Saiyan Vegeta. If you complete Goku's story mode, you unlock Super Saiyan Goku, and so on. There are also customizable skins for each and every character. Whether it be big or small, is up to you. And to finish off variety, the game also comes with many collectibles and bonuses if you get the Collector's Edition, such as the plan to eradicate the Saiyans movie that came with the game, 8 exclusive costumes to certain characters, and a 3D pop-up box. Now with all of this out of the way, I can cover another topic I've never covered before in the series. You know what that is? the disappointments, the letdowns, all of that. Now, some complaints I have are minor, but still noticeable once you look into it. First of all, dialogue errors. I mean, really. Here's what I mean. During the fight with Teen Gohan and Krillin, Gohan says the same thing he says to Piccolo. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if Gohan didn't literally refer to Krillin as Piccolo. When Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 2 fights Goku, again, Goku calls him Piccolo as well. When the legendary Super Saiyan form of Broly uses his devastating move Eraser Cannon, he moves his mouth but surprisingly doesn't say a word. King Vegeta is mentioned in Vegeta and Tarbell's dialogue for certain parts of the game, but King Vegeta himself isn't actually playable. Also, a little nitpick of mine is the fact that I personally hate those missions where you have to fight a bunch of people while only having 1 HP. Another minor complaint dialogue-wise is how Dr. Gero doesn't remember creating Android 13, 14, or 15, even though, once again, he's the one who created them in the first place. Now, you might be thinking to yourself as usual, what are my overall thoughts of the game? Is it good, or is it bad? And in my fully honest opinion, I have to say it's good. Gameplay-wise, it's beyond good, and the character-wise, it's even better. The fact that the game itself goes even faster than most Dragon Ball Z games nowadays just blows my mind. I also have to disagree with what critics rate the game. I mean, 55 out of 100? Really? In my eyes, it's at least a 90 at best. But out of a scale of 1 to 10, on the other hand, my overall rating of the game is an 8 out of 10. After all, it's anything any hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan could ever want. And if this doesn't satisfy your thirst for Dragon Ball Z games, even with fast action, environmental destructions, transformations, as well as trademark attacks taken straight from the show, if all of that doesn't satisfy you, then I don't know what does. I'm Jason, and this has been another video game review.
"届く闇